first experience with Wesley. It was a couple years ago. We came to youth group, got invited by a friend. Our youth group was only like 4 or 5 kids at the time. And he was that kid sitting in the front row, even though there was only 4 of us there. All we had was a front row. And he kept raising his hand and asked question after question. And our lesson went for like over an hour just because he kept asking more and more questions.
Well, when you're cooking with your family, it gives you a real bonding time. And even if you can't cook with your family, cooking with a friend like how I'm cooking with Tim is a good way.
Yeah, I've never cooked with Wesley before. This is going to be a memory I'll never forget, for sure. Ever since I met him, he's been a kid who's been eager to know more about anything new. Really excited to learn.
I got parsley, and parsley gives flavor, or usually it can decorate a piece. And then I got celery. Celery is just a vegetable that also gives it flavor. And then I got shrimp. The shrimp is because it's shrimp gumbo. So a red pepper, which is used to make it spicy. I got a measuring cup. It's used to measure liquids or powders. And then I got vegetable oil.
What do I consider healthy? I would say the foods that don't have like a lot of saturated fat or, you know, trans fat and things like that. I mean, I love vegetables, and I think that, you know, if you just cook a meal with just vegetables and fruits and, you know, healthy stuff like whole wheat and bread and stuff, that's a meal just in itself. So that's healthy to me.
Healthy food doesn't come packaged. It should come from the ground. It should be things that you grow. You get more vitamins, more nutrition. It's better for you.
Because you feel better, and if you feel better, then you're going to do better in everything you do in life, whether it's work or sports or anything. So, because I love supporting local farmers. Most of the people here are local, and Portland's a big city on, you know, local people supporting, because just feeding back into your own economy, it helps you and it helps those around you. So I'm all about eating food that's grown here, made here.
America is going through a phase where obesity is just a big issue. And you know, this is your body. You carry it around you the whole time. Like, if you do something wrong with it, you can't be like, oh, I want to take it back. And you know, it's just gonna get worse. And if you keep yourself healthy, you're gonna feel good. And you can't go wrong with that.
And I got rice. The rice is because the topping is what we're really making, and then the topping goes on the rice. And then I got chicken broth. Then I got red pepper, garlic.
Wesley has got potential in a bunch of different areas. Wesley is a guy who takes initiative. Whenever he wants something, he goes and gets it. If he is curious about something, he will take the necessary means to learn from it. So in relation to food, if he wants to learn how to make a new food, there's nothing going to stop that kid from learning how to make that food. And
you just take the shell off like this, and you just partly peel it off. Then you grab the end, and you just pull it right off like that. And then you got a shrimp without the shell.
And he's going to do it the best. You know, he doesn't settle for mediocre sorts of results. So that's really impressed me about him.
No.
No. Stuff is evil.
Oh, I love Baskin-Robbins. I love Baskin-Robbins, I'll tell you, that's the spot. And I love everything, anything makes my stomach smile as long as it you know, if it just hits that hunger spot, that's it. I don't care, I don't have a favorite dish.
And some people just like steak, and some people just like their chicken or whatever, you know, so.
Something that's smelling good in the atmosphere, I know you.
Right now, it smells like Quiznos, I'll tell you the truth, Quiznos is what's up.
But, you know, like McDonald's and all this other stuff, and, you know, stuff that's just dipped in grease and oil, that's not healthy whatsoever. I think it's important for teenagers to cook with their parents.
I like to make bread with my grandma because making bread by scratch, it just has a lot of things to do, so it gives us both something to do together.
Oh man, basically it just goes back to when you little, you know. You in the kitchen, you running around and you see everybody just cooking something, your family members on the holidays and all that, you know, and you just pick it up from there.
I watched my mom and my grandmother a lot. They cooked. We grew up on a farm. They cooked. And when I was a teenager, we had to learn how to cook on our own. Our parents were working a lot of hours and kind of had to learn. We had 6 kids, and I was one of the oldest ones, and we had to kind of cook on our own and do chores. And I worked in restaurants and nursing homes and learned how to cook through that.
Well, I never remember being that excited to learn. I was more excited to eat, and I did plenty of that.
Tim is my youth pastor and one of my best friends. My friend David, which is another one of my best friends, he brought me to youth group, so I met Tim. And now Tim's my youth pastor.
That is correct.
Tim does not know how to chop an onion.
My wife does this sort of thing in the house. I don't know how to chop an onion. I don't remember ever jumping in too much, but you know, I wish I had, because now I'm married, and when my wife is gone, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do or what. I usually, man, I'm struggling when she's not home, so I wish that I had been, you know, jumping in a little bit more, learning from my mother. Voila! Perfecto!
We're the best paired of chefs in the world, and this wouldn't have been the same if Tim wasn't cooking it.
Watch
Still
out.
would have been lonely. Tim's my partner in cooking, not a crime, but in cooking.
Watch out, watch out, Martha Stewart. Right?
Yeah, we're coming after you.